I'm actually gonna pop open a beverage right now. That's actually something I don't do in a video, but one is thirsty and oh Christ. And that is why you don't drink and drive.
M-I-D to the E to the L to the U to the X to the E to the top. Smacking.
Hello there guys, QwertyAfro here. Welcome back to another video, and I've got the full gear on, I've got the track IR, I've got the G29. It's not OMSI, I do apologise, even though that is work in progress. I do know for OMSI London it is out. I'm trying my best to get the game files and stuff like that, and just the game in general sorted so I can play it and hopefully record it one day. I have not forgotten my promise that I will return to that game, but today's video is not for OMSI, it is for the return finally to Fernbus Coach Simulator. I've been waiting to get back into this game because so much has actually updated and changed for this game and been added in terms of like DLC and stuff like that. So I think it'd be a perfect time to kind of get back into this series and really just check out stuff that I've not actually driven or seen myself before, because the guys at TML have been sending me like keys and stuff over the kind of like 2 years hiatus that I've had from this game, which I'm really thankful for. So I really want to just go back and check out all of this stuff that's been actually released for this game, because this game is actually quite a big game now. The game itself has been expanded on quite nicely. If I actually even just zoom out, if I even just like zoom out here so you guys can see, obviously originally we started off with just the Germany as the whole country and the map for the game. Things were added like Austria and Switzerland, and some bits of free kind of DLC like Usedom and Rhine Gorge, and I think there's like another little bit. I think it's the Bavarian Castle as well that was added or something like that. I don't know where that's actually precisely located. Uh, but the two biggest, well, the one of the biggest ones was France was actually added into the game. That's I'm really look forward to actually doing some drives for you guys in the series into France and doing some like French routes, as well as recently there was the Netherlands added. And even though it didn't really add that many cities, it only added really just four. That's just basically due to the game's kind of scale, the way that scale works in this game. The Netherlands is so small anyway that to fit more than this kind of amount of cities in this kind of size of the map within the game is just not going to be plausible. You would literally have a city pretty much every 100 meters, really, if you went from actually real scale size. And but so it doesn't really matter, it just adds a nice bit of content or whatever to the game. But the main things that I want to worry about in today's episode, which I think we are on episode 22. I really like, it's been such a while since I've done Fernbus, but I think the last episode I did is I was actually checking out Switzerland, and I drove all the way to Geneva from somewhere from Germany, but which I really enjoyed. I really liked the Switzerland DLC from the previous episode that I did check out. But today, I'm going to be checking out the Netherlands. But also, the biggest thing for this episode that I'm going to be checking out is the latest new bus for the game. And that is, if I go, we're going to just do a very simple direct service from Dusseldorf to Amsterdam, so we can check out the Netherlands, see the kind of scenery that we have going in the southern part of the Netherlands. And the bus in question, the coach in question that I'm going to be looking at today is the new VDL Futura, if I'm saying that correctly. Futura, probably Futura, something like that. It's the VDL Futura FDD2. It comes in two variants. It's the 131, which is the shorter wheelbase, and there's also the 141, which is the longer wheelbase. And this is actually, if you're keen and you're obviously keeping up to date with this game more than I, this is the second double-decker coach. The first one obviously being the Neoplan Skyliner, and this is actually one of the repaints I used in one of my previous episodes on this series on the channel, the Oxford Tube. Very nice repaint, actually. I don't have any repaints for this coach at the moment. I'm going to definitely get some more repaints maybe for the series and do some, obviously, you know how I did the Fernbus series. When I was more active on it, I did kind of different episodes with different repaints and did different routes and stuff, and just made up kind of imaginary stuff as well, like tour guides and a football thing. Even though there is actually a football DLC, the Bundesliga thing, which I haven't even checked out yet. Which I don't know, maybe you guys would want me to have a look at it. But I'm excited to actually have a look at this new coach and give it a bit of a drive for you to for you guys today in this episode, in this returning episode to the Fernbus series on the channel. Also, there's other kind of buses as well that are available. There's like the third generation MAN buses, which they're here. I really am looking forward to kind of driving in those. There is other VDL buses that I've not checked out yet, like this one, the FHD2, so the kind of more the non-double decker bus. There's also Scania coaches here that I have to check out. These are all just previous DLCs that I've just missed because I've been on hiatus and I've not really checked them out. But there's so much for me to actually catch up with this game. And then there's these two other ones that are blanked out. You can't use them in the kind of like FlixBus career mode, but I'll probably do an episode on them in free play mode. And it's like two little mini buses that are available, like a Mercedes one and this like Asian one. So I'll definitely be at some point covering all of those in their own dedicated episodes. But that's enough talking from me in terms of explaining all the kind of content that's been kind of released while I was away. I look forward to getting back into the series. I hope you guys are too. Let's get into this VDL Futura FDD2, which I'm guessing is the double decker, the DD in the name there. Let's get into it, and let's drive from Dusseldorf to Amsterdam. And we are in the game. It's been a good old while since I've done a little kind of walking 360 little tour around a coach in this game, but it's good to be back. I hope you guys are going to enjoy the kind of return of videos in this series, because it was one of my kind of popular ones back in the day when I was like very active on YouTube. So I hope to continue with this series and add more content to it, because the guys at TML, they're adding more content all the time to this game. So you know, I'm gonna be here to hopefully showcase it to you guys. Let's have a look at what the kind of compartments we have here, because you know, I like just going around opening what we can open on these kind of coaches. It's always nice to see what you can. This little compartment down here is kind of a little bit comical. Can fit sort of like a briefcase in here, kind of. But nice kind of compartment space. I can't remember if you could actually open engine covers like on the original MAN buses. I'm not too sure. That's something I've forgotten, but can't open it on this one if it was even an option before. These fans actually here, you can see when we turn on the aircon, which I'm no doubt we will. I think I've set the weather to be like something like July, kind of summer. These fans actually work. They actually spin, which is a nice kind of little addition there. What do we have as well? We have a door here, a door here. I don't think this one opens. It's some kind of compartment. And then we have like a little one here again. Don't know what you're going to fit in there, but very nice. We'll close those all up. Close them all up. I don't know too much about the design language of VDL, but it looks, I guess, alright. I would say the MAN sort of design and probably even the Neoplan are slightly more preferred, but this is a really nice looking kind of modern, futuristic sort of coach. Let's get the doors open, see how they kind of open. So this one kind of opens kind of traditionally, and then this one pops out kind of more forward, which is, I've not seen that, or maybe I've just not been observing that other coaches maybe have done this, but that's quite nice actually. Let's get inside. Let's have a little gander around here. Let's see what we're actually dealing with in terms of interior. Very, very light, very bright, kind of creamy. I think it's a bit smaller in here to the Neoplan Skyliner's kind of lower floor. But I do like the seats. It is very airy in here. I think the thing with the Neoplan Skyliner as well is that it was had a very dark interior, very kind of like black leather or kind of dark kind of black fabric, while this is a lot more kind of airy and kind of lighter tone. Guessing this is the toilet. We have obviously our little coffee area here. If you go up here and click, it does open one of the outer compartments. I've kind of got here and I clicked and I thought, oh, something's working, but no, it's just kind of like click through the assets to open whatever outdoor kind of luggage door compartment. Upstairs, really nice. I guess the flooring's kind of nice wood. Well, I don't know, maybe probably laminate, but in the style of wood. Seats are really nice as well. Again, lighter tone, a cream tone. We have a few little sunroofs, not as extensive as the Neoplan Skyliner. I do remember that having a full kind of sunroof kind of experience up here and a lot more light coming through. The front is nice as well. We have blinds as well for the passengers. They get the nice full treatment here like the driver. But again, I do think I prefer the Neoplan Skyliner's kind of front a bit. So obviously maybe this is VDL's like a slightly kind of cheaper product maybe compared to Neoplan. Let me know in the comments if you think that. If Neoplan is kind of more of the premium coach product to VDL, and VDL's kind of more just, you know, does what it does, kind of cheap. Well, not cheap, but just standard sort of price. Like the second set of stairs that you also have, which I think most double-decker coaches have. They have two sets of stairs instead of the normal one on kind of conventional buses. Anyway, let's get up in here. Hopefully my truck IR is configured well. I do not miss snapping that onto my headset and using this in game, but you know, for the immersion, for the realism and the kind of content that I want to bring in this series, I have to put it on and give that kind of effect. Okay, I think that is good. Let's get the engine on. I think I've configured everything correctly on my G29, hopefully. There we go, engine on, not too loud. Kind of probably standard Euro 6 kind of deal. Let us go through everything we need to kind of set up. We can close the doors, even though I have that configured to my G29. But we'll just, you know, use the little pop-up thing to see it close there with the animation. Don't need the driver's light. Passenger lights we do need on. Reading lights we will leave. We'll leave off. I think let the passengers decide. Lock, right leg, yeah, we'll just leave that. Play announcement, no. Driver monitor is on. That's a little sat nav screen here. Passenger monitor, yeah, we want that on so they can see what destination. And then it's the restroom and Wi-Fi to be on. This particle filtering manual thing, just little click placeholder things, but it's nice that you can actually click them. Anything else here on this screen? I actually don't think so. We can go to the next one. The kind of digital display cluster. Not my favorite, I think, out of all the coaches I've seen, but it's, you know, just it does the job, I suppose. Nice little screen with the kind of model of the coach there in the middle. And anything else here? Nothing we really need. Nothing to disable, nothing to put on. Ah, the aircon, the infamous Fernbus aircon. We will chuck that on, and we will keep it at 21 degrees, because I guess it's going to be hotter outside, but I'll keep it at 21. That's the normal sort of kind of thing. Most aircon things are turned on that. And the rest is just, don't really need it. Oh, destination display. Yeah, we do definitely need that because we're going to Amsterdam. We need to let the passengers know where we are actually going. And the rest, I think this is just menu buttons for the actual digital display thing on the instrument cluster. And then we just cycle through cameras, just have a look what we're dealing with here. And there we go, we're set up. We're ready to rock and roll, ready to get some driving in this return episode to Fernbus Coach Simulator. Right, let's Everything's good. G29 is all warmed up, and if I've configured this all right, I can put it into drive like that, and then take off the parking brake, and we can rock and roll, guys. We can definitely rock and roll. Now, these videos do tend to be on the sort of longer side. If this automatic gate will open for me. These tend to be kind of some of my kind of like longer kind of videos. I've had contemplated a bit while recording this and kind of my return to Fernbus, if maybe I might do a little bit of editing within the video just to kind of maybe snap up some parts that maybe, you know, there's going to be points in the video where I'm not going to be talking that much because, look, these journeys do kind of last maybe up to an hour, maybe even over an hour. And there's at some points where I'm just kind of like on the motorway, I'm cruising, and maybe I don't really have that much to say. So maybe I might snip a few things, just very, not like the hard kind of in recent videos I've been doing a lot of hard editing where I'm just like cutting straight away to like the next scene or whatever, or just taking bits out where there's no like talking, or just editing stuff out. So maybe for this I might just do a nice fade into like, you know, the next kind of part or whatever. I don't know. I might trial it with this video. I might see how it goes, see if there's like places where I might just take out some bits. It won't be any kind of bits where I'm actually like talking and having a conversation with you guys with the kind of commentary, but it will be maybe those kind of places where, again, I'm not talking, I'm just driving, and maybe just a little pause for a thought or something like that. I do not know. Why am I stopping for a green? So I don't know, I might trial it. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, but you know, we shall see. Or maybe I'll just upload the whole damn video, you know. At the end of the day, for most people, they just slap on one of these sort of videos and they just kind of listen to it like a podcast. So I kind of don't want to take away from that sort of experience in a way. I feel I respect the kind of people that like to watch my videos, you know, fully, and they just like to keep it on in the background and just, you know, listen to my blabber and conversation of things transportation wise and whatever the game may be, trains, buses, well, not planes. Have I ever done a plane video? Have I ever done trains, a flight sim on this channel? I do not know. I've done YouTube way too long. Right, bus station, perfect. Stop. Engage neutral, parking brake, and that is it really. And then, oh yeah, we need to open the doors, we need to stand up, need to open up some of these compartments so people can put in their luggage. You can open up this little compartment down here. I don't know who's gonna fit anything down there, but just I love it. It's so cute. Anyway, oh yes, FlixBus app, log in. Completely forgotten about that. We're not starting ride yet, we're just checking tickets.
Ich hoffe, auf geht's.
The express to Amsterdam, we're first time actually
Hi,
going into
fahren
the
Sie in meine
Netherlands
Hut.
today in the game.
Mein Ticket, danke. Schau, das Ticket. Und auf geht's.
Which is good. Hello.
Moin, ich müsste noch ein Ticket bei Ihnen kaufen.
Amsterdam, so you don't have a ticket but you want me to get you one. That is totally fine, can do that for you.
Sehr freundlich.
Welcome on board.
Grüezi, mein Ticket?
Yep,
Danke sehr.
Amsterdam, beautiful.
Hallo, Sie wollen bestimmt schon auch.
Tag. Sie wollen auf geht's.
Amsterdam. I'm hoping
Ciao.
there is a
Haben Sie
real
sehr
life
freundlich.
route that kind of goes from like Düsseldorf to Amsterdam. If there isn't by
Tag.
coach, I'm
Fahren
sure
Sie
there
in
is
meine
by
Richtung?
maybe
Ciao.
train or something.
Grüezi, hier mein Ticket.
Oberhof, no.
Sie haben mir echt das
Ciao.
falsche
Ich
We're
Ticket.
würde
not
gerne
going
ein
there.
Ticket kaufen.
And Rotterdam, I can't. Wait, hold up. Oh no, yeah.
Ach nee, jetzt echt.
We're not going to Rotterdam. Even though I did contemplate if we should maybe go
Ciao,
via
das
Rotterdam, but I
Ticket.
just kind of
Bitte
want to do
schön.
a
Ciao.
direct service today to get back into the swing of things. And then we'll, during the series, once we kind of get back into the swing of things, we might make things a bit more complicated and, you know, do the kind of usual stuff where I kind of make up some kind of routes and stuff like that. Right. Right, everyone comfortable? Everyone on board? How many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Downstairs we have 10, 11, 12, only 12 passengers. Not too bad. Very nice. Bit interesting on the social distancing, but I'll give it off. This is probably like set in 2016 or something like that. So before the C word times. Anyway, right. Oh, and the FlixBus. I almost called it Netflix app. Has that sort of ring to it because obviously it has Flix and Netflix, you know. Anyway, let us get the handbrake off. Let's put it into drive. There is actually, if I zoom a little bit, okay, where we don't want to go. There is a little turtle mode here, if you can see right next to the drive selector. There's a little turtle mode. You can even put it in actually and have a look. This is me flat out on the gas. This is turtle mode. I don't know when you would need to use this, but there we go. This VDL has this mode where you can just crawl around and be silent. I'm just going to stop and I'm going to slap it back in drive because we need some power because we're not going to get anywhere. Go over this hump. Right, turning right. One thing also, the difference between this and the Neoplan Skyliner, the other double-decker coach, is this windscreen is a lot more, like, there's a lot more visual space or visual view, or just, I can, as a driver, you can see a lot more with this windscreen, while the Neoplan Skyliner, I felt, was very compact. The windscreen was very compact, and you didn't have much of a good kind of, you could still see outside, but it did feel a lot more cramped in the Neoplan Skyliner compared to this. This feels a lot more open, a lot more airy, which is a nice thing. I did have to kind of rewatch one of my previous Fernbus episodes. I think one of the ones with the Neoplan Skyliner, so I could just kind of get a little bit of a gauge in terms of the differences between these two, just to give a little bit of a comparison, you know. Because obviously, in this series, anytime a kind of a new kind of content come out, I'd like to do a little bit of comparison, just, you know, compare the coaches, because they all kind of have their little bit of a different characteristics, and they will drive fairly different as well. I feel so far the kind of little bit of town driving I've done with this VDL, it feels a lot more nimble to the Neoplan Skyliner. I felt the Neoplan was very very floaty and wafty, kind of much more barge-like, and you can hear there the brakes. If you slam on the brakes too much, I think the kind of automatic retarder comes in, and also my G29 steering wheel shakes violently. Okay, nothing coming from there. I think we tackled that roundabout very, very well. Yeah, you can see that. I think I've also put normally before, when I used to drive these coaches and how I configured my G29, I actually didn't put a I didn't configure a key for the retarder, so I think I have it now where I think that's a retarder, isn't it? Yeah, okay. There, yeah, okay. So I've set it to my shifter. So my if you know, the G29 and also the G27 Logitech steering wheel does come with a you can get option to get a shifter with it, a gear shifter, and I've basically configured my shifter where the third gear is moving the automatic gear up and the fourth gear is moving it down. I've put gear, I think it's gear 6? No, reverse gear without putting it down into reverse gear. I think I put as the parking brake. And then I've put, what did I do? I put gear 1 and gear 2 in the retarder, like up and down position thing. So I do have that option to me, for me today while actually driving this coach. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but it is there, and we'll see if I'm going to use it. I'm gonna. I have played around and tested like this game and the bit of the driving dynamics of this coach. These bigger double-decker coaches tend not to like to turn corners very fast, so I'm gonna have to be kind of vigilant in that sort of department today, because again, you're driving a huge barge here on the road. These are not nimble things. I think also another thing, getting back into the series, I kind of have to get back and get used to driving in a game and with a steering wheel, and this game is similar-ish to Euro Truck. It has that sort of kind of driving physics. I think Euro Truck is slightly better in this department in terms of driving. I feel it's more realistic in a way, sort of. Or maybe the way it's configured with the steering wheel with my G29 in Euro Truck, it's slightly better. While in this game, I feel it's all right, but something missing, I feel. Right. Okay. That was a good break. I've been learning just to nicely, gradually brake, because obviously I don't want to activate the automatic retarder, and I don't want you guys to hear that sound and hear my G29 shudder for dear life. But oh, and that van just went off on that red. Damn. Right. Slap on the parking brake there. Thank you also to, I have to keep remembering to shout out people that actually are members of the channel. There's 2 members currently, that is James Carey and Smiley Games, who are members of the channel. Thank you very much, guys, for the support. And there's your kind of little shout out in the video. Anyone that's a member gets like a shout out, even though I think I did put for the higher tier that higher tiers get the shout out, but I'm just gonna shout out to anyone that's a member at the time that I'm recording a video. But thank you very much, guys, for the support as members of the channel. Right. Let's. Now, acceleration is. It's average, I would say, because this is me flat out, and we've barely made 40 kmh. Right, turning left here, doing a little bit of a loop, I think, to get onto the motorway, I do believe. Perfect. Very nice. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the kind of contrast between Germany and the Netherlands. I think the Netherlands is quite an interesting country because obviously geographically it's quite a small country, but also it is a relatively flat country. There's not a lot of topography. There's not a lot of, you know, there's not a lot of mountains. There isn't any mountains in the Netherlands. It's mainly just a few hills here and there. Yeah, oh, there we are. That's 12th gear. Okay, I've pushed the speed up a little bit. Might be a little bit too much. I don't want to catch up this traffic in the slow lane because I really don't want to be doing any sort of overtaking, because that just imposes a lot more risk, a lot more paperwork, potential paperwork for me as the driver. But it wouldn't be an exciting episode if there wasn't a successful merge into the fast lane, and then obviously back into the slow lane. And I saw that AI car behind me. It was giving me threatening looks, but I think we just about did it, and I think I've cleared that truck, so we can just nicely slot back into here, and then the faster traffic can just carry on. I didn't also play the coach announcement, but I don't need to. It's not an official FlixBus route. We're just kind of making up on the go today on this episode. But one thing I do want to get back also within this series is doing the kind of sort of like real FlixBus kind of routes. I do still use the kind of website. I'll leave it down below. Really kind of handy where... Oh, it's this car... Oh, wow. Okay. From my view, it looked like he touched me, but... It might be, you know, the distance, the mirror might be just playing tricks on my eyes. But as I was saying, that yeah, I'll leave that website down below where which I normally use, and I probably will still use it in the future of this series. Is just it gives you all the kind of realistic FlixBus routes, and even in the game actually, when you're kind of selecting if you want to do career, if you want to do free play, there's actually a FlixBus kind of drop down kind of thing, or a section where they've put in certain kind of like obviously main kind of FlixBus routes in Germany, so you can do that there. But I do like going and finding... Okay, you're merging into that lane, so you're... Oh, hello, and I'm merging into... I don't know what lane. Okay, we're back here. And this... What are you doing? You're more lost than me, and I kind of composed myself through that to not make a crash, and I need to turn right. And I need to slow down. Right. Stop indicating. We have merged successfully onto a dual carriageway. I am kind of getting sort of different vibes. This I remember these sort of styled of motorway barriers, especially from Eurotruck. A lot of times when I played, especially Eurotruck multiplayer, and every time you would go through like the Channel Tunnel, and when you would go through the Netherlands and then go into kind of like Germany and stuff when you're doing like your jobs and stuff like that. I remember specifically when I was driving in the Netherlands kind of area, going kind of through Amsterdam, Rotterdam. I remember those type of motorway barriers, those kind of the kind of red ones. That's kind of interesting that I could sort of remember that, but yeah, they are. So I definitely am feeling like I'm in the Netherlands, which is a good sign actually. It's a good sign from like a DLC or from a kind of like a map DLC to if you can like get certain visual cues that you're actually in the country that you're driving. It's actually not too bad. Yeah, more of these. I like these fields actually on the. It's quite nice. So again, the newer coaches that I've not actually covered on this series that have come out while I've been on break. I don't know which order, but I'll go from like, I'll just list out all the new ones that I've not actually covered that have come out. So there's obviously the VDL Futura FDD2. There's the other VDL Futuras, the single floor. Can't remember what the model number is for that, but there's a few variants of that. There's the Scania Touring, which looks really nice. There's the new MAN third generation set of coaches, which looks like, I have to say, out of all the coaches in the game, the third generation MAN, like especially the front, the lighting design on that looks really, really nice. You know, it's a really good looking coach. I don't know if you guys would agree or disagree. But yeah, and I think that's all the coaches. And then there was these two sort of minibuses. One was a Mercedes kind of minibus, and then the second one was this little BB40, I think it's called, and it's like an Asian sort of, it's like an Asian model of bus, and that should be interesting. I don't know what kind of episodes I could do with those kind of minibuses, because obviously those would be kind of like little shuttles, I would say, instead of doing like a whole kind of continental sort of trip. That would be more suited to kind of like coaches like this that I'm driving today. I don't know. Do as well, guys. Leave your suggestions down below what you want to see in this series, what kind of routes you want me to do. Obviously, remember, I still haven't finished trekking all over Germany, and I think Austria, I haven't done all of it yet. But obviously we have France. We have a huge amount of France. We have all of France basically to cover. And I'm going to just slightly lower the speed here and slap on the cruise control there, just so I can match that. I wish if this game would be so elevated and so cool if it had radar guided cruise control. So I just slap on cruise control and then it just follows the AI in front. That'd be so lazy. That'd be like probably like real life. It'd be just like taking away everything from me. I'm just literally turning and I don't even have to brake or accelerate. But it would be really nice. I guess these are the kind of amenities that I guess coach drivers and even truck drivers would love. These kind of things where, you know, all you're doing really is steering and you're not having to bother with, you know, braking and accelerating all the time, and that's gonna just help out with these kind of longer distance journeys where you just want to, you know, so it's a marathon, not a sprint with these kind of drives, so you need, you know, pace yourself. Do you believe we just merged there? And I'm just gonna start slowing down here because corners. Right. I guess we're going into like another sort of motorway. But as I was saying, guys, do leave me suggestions for this series. What you kind of want me to drive in terms of coaches. Any sort of repaints as well. There's going to be quite a lot actually for like this coach as well. Now it's only been out for like a couple of weeks, and there's already a lot of repaints for this coach and all of the other previous coaches that have come out. There's going to be loads of repaints for that, so there's going to be a lot of interesting episodes that we could do in this series. And then, yeah, France. We have but remember one thing in this series, I do play the game on like career, so I can't just start anywhere unless I go into like free play to do that. Which I think for the two minibuses that are available for this game, I can't actually drive them on the kind of career mode. I have to drive them in free play. So for those, I'll just drive anywhere. But within the main sort of context of this series, when I'm driving coaches, it will be from basically places that I visited. But we can go anywhere in terms of like I can go from like a place that I've already been to like a place that I've not been in a kind of way. So just to let you know in terms of if you're wanting to suggest anything.
Das ist vielleicht eine Schaukelei hier.
Well, that AI, I knew that AI was going to do that, but that's their problem, not mine. I was going straight. Like he was expecting me to kind of go to the side and merge with the other lane, so they could merge from the slip road, but I didn't need to do that. It's common courtesy, but I didn't want to do that. Beautiful. Oh. What repaint is that? I don't know. Loads of repaints. All of these buses that you're seeing are probably going to just be like repaints. Alright, let's match a speed with this car in front. There we go. Slap on cruise control and that should be good. I'm quite, yeah, this coach is really, really nice. I'm really impressed with it. This is very risky, what I'm doing right now. Do a little driving from the top. Actually, you know, it actually feels a lot. It feels a lot nicer driving actually from the top here. Oh wow, that's actually not too bad. And as you can see there from at the back, the fans there working nicely because of the aircon it is on. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Right. Time to get back into the driver's seat. We've been all right. We've been on a good behavior this episode, this return episode to Fernbus Coach Simulator. I do not want to mess it up. I don't want any unexpected situations here to arise before we get into Amsterdam. Right, I think we're popping off here. Oh, hello. Whoa. Did I hit something? Or was that? I think that was the steering. I think the steering just locked up there for some reason. Damn. I'm not a race car. But we can dream. Nice. Right, I think we're on like a little bit. I think we're on the like sort of little last stretch here to Amsterdam. Right. Again, get up to. Okay, this is a bit too fast. That's perfect. I'm actually gonna pop open a beverage right now. That's actually something I don't do on a video, but one is thirsty and. Oh Christ. And that is why you don't drink and drive. That was insane. I don't know how I managed to go unscathed there. But we managed it. I think again there that like it's sort of a technical issue there with some of these, the way that the layout of these highways and roads with the merge and the lanes, where sometimes the fast lane kind of comes in and then goes back out. It just means that the AI is always kind of fiddling and readjusting, where you could literally have like a pile up there, and that was a really bad pile up. Where literally that could have really been bad for me. But you know, we live to tell the tale, and I think that's what makes life's endeavors more interesting. It's a good story. Or for in my case for this video series, it's a very good little intro for for the beginning of the video. There we go. Get up to, let's say, 93. There we go, and leave the cruise control on. Have a little beverage. I love how taking the beverage and the head goes up like that. Right, I do believe this must be Amsterdam. Oh Christ. Wow. Okay. Well, yep. It definitely is Amsterdam because traffic lights. The G29 hasn't been out in a while. This game hasn't been loaded up in a while. Just gotta take my word for it where it will come back to me, even though it will never be perfect. When has it ever been perfect in any of these sort of driving games like OMSI or Fernbus? When has my driving been perfect in this game? I don't know. I'm actually turning right here so I could indicate. Oh, okay. Amsterdam, 50 kilometers per hour. Oh, these funky little street swerves to reduce speed, even though I'm already at a reduced speed because I'm turning a corner there, so I guess that's for like traffic that's already like traveling straight. Okay, so this is Amsterdam. Lot of bicycles on the street. That is that's very Amsterdam. Yeah, I really do like the you could tell the architecture around here is very different to from the city we came from Düsseldorf to this. Definitely you could tell we're in sort of like two different. Is that a Princess Leia graffiti? Looks like it, doesn't it? Interesting. Very quiet roads, which I'm not gonna complain. Oh, where are we going here? We're going straight. Oh, and that looks like Amsterdam Central Rail Station. Ah. One thing I also forgot to mention is that the actual HUD itself has changed as well. Like, it's a bit more cleaner looking, a bit more compact. Like definitely below my face cam, you can see like the differences. And also, if you chuck it into reverse, I think it is, it changes into a back camera, which is very nice. I like that. But we are here. Oh, okay. The station is. Oh, wow, look at all those bicycles. Madness. Yeah, the Dutch love their cycling. Oh, so this is the bus stop. I thought it'd be a bit more grander, but actually, to be honest, right next to the river. Really nice. Get a nice external camera. Let's get the doors open. Very nice. Very nice. I do like that actually, and it like literally the backdrop does look like the Netherlands, like Amsterdam. So very good. I do like that. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed my return to Fernbus. It has been interesting. A little showcase here of the VDL Futura FDD2. I really do like it. It's a nice kind of modern double-decker bus and a great addition to the game from the Neoplan Skyliner being the only kind of double-decker bus prior to this. But as well as the Netherlands, I really like the scenery. The vibe is really good, and it's a nice bit of a drive here. Shame it's not more than 4 cities, but again, due to the scale of the game, it's kind of understandable. But I've thoroughly enjoyed this little kind of excursion, little express route for you guys today in the game. I hope you stick around and join me for some more upcoming Fernbus episode. And if this is your first episode of the Fernbus Coach Simulator series on my channel, do have a look at some of the previous episodes that I've done. There's quite a huge catalogue of videos, like over 20 videos for you to enjoy and have a look at where the game actually started from and how it's developed over time. So definitely check that out. Other than that, guys, take care. I will see you in another video. Bye bye.
We ain't never given